Hey everybody, welcome to the marathon. I'm Groteworld, and today I'm going to be playing Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. This game focuses a 6.5 minute intro, so without further ado, I'm going to get started right now, and then we can start talking about it. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is A Wonderful Life. Like I said, it's for the GameCube, and it's the one that I always played as a kid. Today we are going to be marrying Celia. The estimate's a little under. Uh, it says 25 minutes. It's going to be closer to like 30 minutes. Um, but basically, the idea is that we are going to be gifting Celia a whole bunch of eggs and flowers. Actually, not a whole bunch. It's about 6 each. Um, and yeah, that's kind of the basis of Celia. She has a couple hard events that we need to get. Not always a little bit of luck involved with that, but generally speaking, pretty relaxed. Um, there's been quite a few new finds as of late. The biggest one being that Celia actually has some hidden heart affection towards how you keep your animals. If you nuzzle and pick up your chicken, you're getting affection to your chicken, and that actually in turn gives Celia affection. Same with your cow. Celia starts. The reason why we always marry Celia, if you don't try. So at the end of year 1, if you don't try to marry anyone, Celia will defaultly try to ask you to marry her. And the reason that is because Celia starts with 10 affection points. Those 10 affection points are actually from the cow starting with 1,000 affection points. If the cow gets more affection points, I'm not necessarily sure how that equates. I think it's every like 20 or 30 affection points that the cow gets portions of an affection or something to Celia, or maybe it's 100. But if the cow goes less than 1,000, she actually loses all 10 of those points. So yeah, this intro, super long. Yeah, we're gonna keep one of these dogs. Everyone wants to get the flappy-eared dog. I'm kind of with it, and we got it. Just this whole intro is literally pressing A. And then right there's a little bit of more, but generally speaking, it is just a button masher like crazy. For the first 6.5 minutes. The Japanese version, I think, is 5.5 minutes. So a little bit nicer. So yeah, Takakura's taking us around, teaching us all there is to know about the farm. And quickly after, we're gonna get started here. The first thing we're gonna do is buy the chicken itself. Then we're kind of gonna sleep. Sleeping in this game is 6 hours in game every time you sleep. So you sleep 4 times, that's 24 hours. And actually, in the special edition of this game that came out for the PS2, or the female version, Another Wonderful Life, that is actually a sporadic time, which makes routing those games extremely hard because you have to know a general range of when those events and stuff could be happening. Because you might sleep and it's 5 hours one time, you might sleep and it's 8 another time. I like to think A Wonderful Life has a lot of, when we just watched DS, I feel like A Wonderful Life also has quite a bit of glitches, and we just haven't really cracked it as much. I haven't been that lucky. Loganology in the Discord has definitely been leading that, and we're really hopeful that we're going to see more. Surprisingly, this is also Forget Me Not Valley, just like DS, so we're getting started this marathon in Forget Me Not Valley. So there are quite a few reoccurring characters that are here. This is Galen and Nina. We won't see this in this marathon, I don't believe, but Nina does leave us at the end of the first year. She's the only character to die in the game. That's actually a lie, but she is. That's Muffy. That is actually the girl that I run the most. Was my childhood sweet. There's Lumina. You'll see her run in the later in this marathon. And here is Our Lady of the Hour. No, not the tall redhead, but our little brunette there. All of Dika's cows also dying. That is true. And that's intro. So like I said, 5.5, that's pretty good right now. We're going to end at about 6. So these are the harvest sprites. They show up one more other time in this run. They give you the blue feather that you need to propose with. They actually think you also are a harvest sprite, which makes you quite happy. And that's intro. So that's the start of every run. Kind of a nice warm up for your right hand. So here at the beginning, it's about the only time we need to be like very precise, because we want to minimize the amount of time that goes on the game clock, so that we can set up chicken warp. And basically what chicken warp is now that we've bought this chicken, tomorrow at noon, this chicken will be delivered to the farm. And we're gonna actually use that to fast travel back to the farm. It's about 25 seconds between our farm and Vesta's farm where Celia is. So it's gonna save us basically about 30 seconds to get over there. Or to get back to our farm, because it'll warp us back to our farm when the chicken arrives. Okay, so we're going to sleep 2 more times, and that's going to put us at 11:07 a.m. And now we're going to leave our farm. We're going to grab this mogwort, and the reason why we grab the mogwort is because we are somewhere around spring 10 going to be hungry. And what we can do is we can carry this mogwort all the way to Vesta's, and by that time, that's a long enough time that if we eat then, we kind of stave off the hunger for the rest of the run. We eat that now, and now we don't need to worry about eating for the rest of the run. Otherwise, around spring 10, we would be hungry, basically. So I grabbed 5 of these flowers that nicely grow right next to her house, and we're going to gift her those, and she's going to fall in love for the flowers that grow next to her house. So I gift her. This is the intro to the farm. And then this is what we call the anecdote. She tells a funny story. I actually don't think I got... Maybe I did. I think I got it. I didn't read the text. There is a specific 2 anecdotes that you have to see to get that affection point. And here's the chicken warp. So now we have been taken all the way from Vesta's back to our own farm. We're going to name the chicken after myself. And now we're on my farm. So we don't want to have to keep our chicken inside here. It keeps it far away from me, and coming in here takes a bunch of time. So we are gonna take it outside. I'm gonna nuzzle it there, just because it's a nice spot to nuzzle it. I'm gonna set it right outside my door. So by picking up my chicken, nuzzling it, and setting it back down, my chicken has gained 350 affection point, which is enough for 1 affection point of Celia. Okay, so it's spring 3 now. We've slept a whole day. I'm gonna stop outside real quick, nuzzle my chicken, grab its egg, and I'm gonna use that egg later on in the run. Where did that chicken go? There it is. Oh, didn't drop its egg yet. Sometimes you gotta set it down. It immediately poops out an egg. Oh, I didn't nuzzle it. Sorry. Set it down, pick up the egg, put it in my backpack, and I'm gonna go back to bed. Hard day's work. So the English and Japanese versions actually have a different like sleep menu of what is the defaults and stuff, and it always throws me off of when I switch back and forth between them. So if I seem slow in my sleep menuing, that's because I am. So here we are gonna. It's been a day. It's the 4th now. Where'd that chicken go? It's migrating back over. I don't want it over there. Grab the egg. I'm not even going to put it in my backpack because I'm not going to have it for that long. And we're going to see Celia. Yep, that egg is for you. Here, have a flower too. She's gonna tell me an antidote. It is Vesta's vegetables are amazing. And when I leave, if I immediately try to come back in, I'm gonna trigger our first heart event. The heart events give 5. This heart event gives 5 affection points to us when we do it. Basically, she talks about spending time together, hanging out, maybe doing shopping, she says. And that's the whole thing. But right there, I actually said, she's like, I like hanging out. And then she says, do you want to go shopping? I say no, which actually saves about 20 seconds. And she still gives me the 5 affection points there. So I don't know. Very interesting why that happens. But anyways, we're going to keep going back and we're just going to go home. That's all we're going to see her today. So Spring 5 is coming up, and the only thing that's special about Spring 5 is, if everything works out and Celia is inside her house, we could actually skip, we could actually theoretically skip nuzzling the chicken on Spring 6, because we'll get the anecdote point. But really, for the marathon at least, we're going to be definitely gifting. Okay, so there I made the mistake of my chicken was sleeping and I tried to nuzzle it, that messes up the chicken, and actually I'm just gonna leave it and make sure that I nuzzle the chicken on my way back. So you get no affection points and actually can lose if you keep on trying to nuzzle a sleeping chicken. Hopefully the chicken will be awake later and we can get those affection points. So Casey's inside with Celia. Casey does not live in this house, by the way, so okay. Give her another flower, and then we're going to get the antidote. First, she's going to tell me that she liked the egg that I gave her yesterday, and that I don't need to shop anything. Then she's going to tell me that Vesta's vegetables are great, and I'm going to agree and say I don't need to buy anything. So my chicken looks awake now. So when I pick it up, it gets affection. When I nuzzle it, it gets affection. And when I set it down, it gets affection. It's pissed about that I tried to nuzzle it when I was sleeping, so I didn't get any affection points for the nuzzle there. Okay, so it's spring 6. I technically don't need to nuzzle the chicken, but I'm going to here. If you were going for like, world record pace or something like that, I definitely consider maybe not nuzzling the chicken there. But we should be good here. We're gonna grab the chicken, nuzzle said chicken, set said chicken down, steal chicken's egg. There is arguments to be had that is actually faster to go behind Takakura's house. It's like arguably a little bit faster, but you can get hung up on the walls. So yeah, this was where it would have been faster not to nuzzle the chicken there, because she's back in the house, which means we can get 7 affection points from her today, between the gifts and the between the gifts and everything. Make sure to give her the flower as well. But like I said, in marathons, especially after watching Retro Girls, where marathon proved that it is a marathon, it's always nice to keep some extra affection, especially when I don't really get. I could do safety saves, and maybe I'll do one here on spring 7. But you don't really get the chance for safety saves in this run. I don't have that internet ruining yet, so please don't ruin it for me, as I need to talk about this route. Okay, going into spring 7, we're gonna stop at the 10 o'clock mark, or whatever it is. Yeah, 10:46. And when we leave the house, we should trigger an event. Actually, I'm gonna save. Here's my safety save. That's a pretty good song too, actually. So now when we leave the house here, Celia should be there. Yep. And this will give us another 5 affection points. We're actually working our way up to 80 affection points. The 10 that she starts with, the 20 from heart events that we get. The next heart event is 10 plus 10 affection. The gifts give 43, and the chicken gives 7. So that's our path to 80. So back on Spring 3, we saved an egg. We didn't do anything with it. And the reason why we did that is specifically for here, Spring 7. Because she, now at the end of this, we're still here. And she's actually, for whatever reason, coming into the pond down the path. Even though she was just here with me. But now we have an egg to give her, as well as our flower. And we don't do the antidote point here because that only happens when she is inside her house specifically. So now here's the biggest roll of RNG. Spring 8, we go to Vesta's, and if all 3 of them are in the house, or if Celia is in the house and Vesta and Marlin are in the storeroom, the next heart event will play. And only in those 2 scenarios will it play. And that heart event needs to happen, basically. I actually need to do one more thing too, which is I need to go outside and nuzzle my chicken. I totally forgot that I was supposed to nuzzle that. Just, okay, I'm gonna say Jake has ruined the word nuzzle for me. Not that I know it, but that I know that there is something about it. So pretty funny. Anyways, petting the chicken. So sadly our chicken was sleeping. That's fine. It might add a day to our run, but I'm not really worried about that, generally speaking. Okay, so it is 11 a.m. I'm gonna go outside here. I'm gonna look for my chicken real quick. Yep, looks good. Nuzzle it. Now there is a chance that Van is gonna open up shop in any second now. And that can lose us about 7 seconds if he does that. His shop's already open. Perfect. We either skipped it or I'm not sure. But skipping Van is possible if you're opening up menus at the same time. Nuzzling that chicken could have skipped it. So here we see Vesta headed inside the storeroom. If I enter now, just me and Celia, I can give the gift. And I'm going to do this just in case I don't have the affection points for Art Event 3. I don't have another flower. I'm going to just talk. Yep, got it. Gonna leave. Vesta's gonna go inside the storeroom. I don't see Marlin, so I'm believing. And here's Heart Event 3. So for this one, I do have to say sure there. It's the only one that isn't the default option. As I have to make sure to say sure to go on the walk with her. Basically, in this event, she's proposing an arranged marriage. So from here, we are going to go home. Nothing more we can do. We're going to sleep. And from there, we're got the blue feather. As long as affection comes through just fine, or has been coming through just fine, we should be able to wake up on, it's spring 9 right now. There's 10 days in a season. And we should be able to wake up summer 1 with the blue feather marry her. Yeah, it really is a quick run. It's gotten super competitive. As far as just, I mean, optimizations, small things, menuing has started to become a really big piece. Loganology's work in the memory has truly revolutionized Celia. I think Muffy he's updated, and Nami and Lumina are just waiting to be cracked. So I really hope they remake it for the Switch as well. Um, and I hope they add stuff more than the first 3 years. So the first 3 years of this game, I'm actually really confused. I think Spring 10 just got over, and here, huh? I should have been counting my sleeps. So this must be Summer 1. There it is. Yep. So summer. This is called Fast Blue Feather. And Fast Blue Feather happens on Summer 1 at the hour of midnight to, I believe, 2 a.m. If you wake up between midnight and 2 a.m. Summer 1, you'll get this Blue Feather event. Otherwise, you have to wait until, I believe it's like 3 p.m. Summer 1, or 3 p.m. like Summer 2. But basically, this hard event, or this event, gives us the Blue Feather. It puts it into a shelf. The Harvest Sprites found it, and it also is the home of my favorite emote of mine. I'll post it. But there is a beautiful sound that is about to happen, and I'll let you know. But our man Takakura lets a holler out. So we're gonna sleep one more time. That puts it at 6:55 a.m. She's gonna be awake and home. Our chicken is hopefully awake. It is raining. Chicken. It is hard to see the chicken. Sometimes. Get those nuzzle affections in. Take the egg. Stolen. Celia is not outside, which is good. Hopefully she's up in her room, so it's a quick check to... Yep, so it'll be a quick check to check her diary, and then we'll know if she's at 4 hearts or not. So we give her an egg. Tells me about the last egg she ate. Tells me about vegetables. We check her. She's not ready. So she's going to need one more day. I think I'm supposed to be grabbing... So once again, our notes are not always perfect. And I believe where our notes are failing right now, at least for me, is that I'm not grabbing a flower again. And I'm running out of flowers to give. The alternate is that during Spring 9 or Spring 10, I probably should wake up. Spring 9 and 10, I probably should wake up and pet the chicken. See, this is where, had she been ready, we would never have dealt with hunger. So that goo sound is hunger. It loses us 3 seconds every time it happens, and it happens pretty much every other sleep until it happens every sleep. Oh, gotta pet my chicken, gotta pet my chicken. Where's my chicken? Nuzzle. Set down. Steal the egg. Run like hell. So time for this happens after the blue feather cutscene, when I gain recontrol of my character, and I'll let you know when that's about to happen. So we're going to gift her the egg. As you might expect, we're going to ask how the last egg was. We don't need to buy anything. She's going to tell us about the vegetables. Check her one more time. We're good. No! No! So I totally forgot that I need to get the blue feather actually off the shelf. Oh, not like this. Oh no. That's fine. We're gonna lose about a minute. Oh, I didn't want the record. Poor Celia. The girl's waiting there at 4 hearts, just dying to talk to me. And I leave her hanging. You gotta imagine that's happened in real life quite a bit. Person proposing spends all day trying to make everything perfect, and then and they forget the ring or the blue feather. Okay, so there's gonna be a short cutscene here. And time is now. So thank you all for coming. This has been really fun. I'm so excited for the start of the marathon. I am been drinking coffee for the last like hour. So I am ready to be up for it's what, midnight for me. I'm gonna be up for the next 8 hours. Let's go. Please stay around for the rest. I am Groteworld on every single social media you could possibly imagine. So find me. Let's talk Harvest Moon. Let's talk A Wonderful Life. And feel free to join the Discord if you want to learn more about Harvest Moon or A Wonderful Life. Once again, super excited for this marathon. Demo is coming up with some Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, marriages, and that is going to be awesome. You can follow Groteworld on Google+. Is Google+ still a thing? I don't know. Super excited, everyone. Thank you for coming, and take it away.